All right, guys, let's kick this off here. So I'm going to talk about mostly small bands that I want to shout out, but there's some really big albums that came out in January, so like I'd be remiss to not mention them. Green Day Saviors, it's grown on me a little bit. Still not my favorite Green Day record, but I mean, songs like 1981, Strange Days Are Here to Stay, Living in the 20s, Dilemma, it's a good record. Overall, I was a little tough on it. It's still a Green Day record. It's still good. So let's mention it here. Then Neck Deep's album, the first 5 songs, really, really good. Heartbreak of the Century is probably my favorite track on there. We Need More Bricks is good. Really like the album. I think I gave it a 7.5. I'll stick there. And then Alkaline Trio, probably their best album since Crimson. Hot for Preacher, Bad Time, and Teenage Heart. All classic sounding Alkaline Trio songs. I really am pleasantly surprised with the Alkaline Trio record. So just want to get those 3 out of the way. And now I'm going to get into my smaller bands that I really enjoyed. I'm going to play like a longer clip of each of those, maybe like 30 seconds, because every band I'm going to mention I think is really good. All these albums, January, super strong. So let's get into it. My first one is going to be The Enthused. I think they're from Italy. The album is called Better Late Than Never. And this is probably an early contender for pop punk album of the year. And I've been waiting for something new for these guys since they had that song 2020 is Canceled. It's been 4 years and that song still is regularly stuck in my head. And this is more of that style. I think Threesome is the best song so far for me. It's super catchy. There's a video for Blondie, so I'll probably play that. But yeah, this is for fans of Dude Ranch, Enema of the State era, Blink-182. I think this is a really accessible, really well-written pop punk album. So yeah, first album is going to be The Enthused, Better Late Than Never. All right, second pick is a smaller band, Camp High Gain. The album is called Einstein. It's got a dog on the cover. I don't know if it's maybe a Back to the Future reference. But yeah, this is recorded at Big Dog Recordings, which, you know, not to too much hyperbole, it's turning into like a blasting room quality studio out there in Europe. I mean, Tosca Fall, You Nervous, Saint Plaster, FOD, Craig's Brother, just to throw out a few bands that have done stuff there. But the Camp High Gain album is like pure 90s skate punk, melodic hardcore. It reminds me a little bit of Consumed and Zero Down. Definitely 90s fat style. There's no videos from here, so I'm going to play my favorite song, which is Unite, off of the record. I did post, I think, most of these on the Instagram page, but this song is so good. So wanted to shout it out again here. This is Camp High Gain. Song is Unite, off of the record Einstein. Check it out.
Repeat, our history reveals stupidity we learn at all. What's the solution and not pollution? The earth will be destroyed. Unite to Camp High Gain. Camp High Gain dictates music is the game. All different but all the same. Everyone's the same. Unite, Camp High Gain. We trust and believe the ultimate relief.
All right, next record coming up here, Fabled Mind, Project Paradise. This has been like trickling out singles since last summer. The album finally released digitally in full in January, and man, it honestly does not disappoint. This is a dystopian concept album about the integration of technology and AI and its effect on humans. You guys know I am constantly saying I don't like songs over 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But like this album is full of that kind of stuff, but it's done in a way where there's like a lot of content in each of these songs. Like they're constantly switching up the sounds and playing around with imagery and stuff. And it does, none of these songs feel that long. And it's one of those albums you have to start it at track 1 and go all the way through, because it does tell a story. All right. But yeah, the album is just full of great riffs, awesome melodies. I'm a big fan of this record. I think it has some potential to be in my top 10 at the end of the year. Again, still super early, but this is Fabled Mind, Project Paradise. I'm going to play a clip of the title track. I think it's the strongest song. So here we go. Let me know what you think.
Fly to the sky, it's an endless paradise. Leaving planet Earth wearing the crown. Creating miracles when life is unbearable. Do the impossible and defy the natural. Yeah, you want it and you need it. You can feel it, you'll beat it. A reflection of the vector, expanding your perception.
All right, up next, we got Free Sergio, The Nail in the Coffee. And this is like the total opposite of the Project Paradise record. This is what I write down here, 16 songs in 19 minutes. So just super fast, melodic punk rock. There's some elements of ska, hardcore thrown in here. I believe this band is fairly influenced by Useless ID, and you can kind of hear that The State is Burning is an album that sounds pretty similar to this. But I mean, I like this one so much that Punk Rock Radar here, we're going to be involved in putting this out on vinyl, along with High End Denim, Cat's Claw. It's just a really, really good album if you like really fast, melodic skate punk. Highly recommend it. I'm going to play a 24-second song, Tell Your Friends to Leave Me Alone. Not necessarily one of my favorite tracks on here, but it's got a video. But I mean, the whole thing, you can wrap it up in 20 minutes, faster than you can eat like a Happy Meal. So go check it out, The Nail in the Coffee by Free Sergio. Really good record, highly recommended.
Tell your friends to leave me alone. Got enough on my plate as it is. Tell your friends to leave me alone. Don't wanna hang with a bunch of fans. Tell your friends to leave me alone. Got the friends that I need in my head. Tell your friends to leave me alone. 'Cause I wish the universe was fucking dead.
All right. This next one here, guys, you know I love Stella Sapiente. I think it's the best Lillington's record, and I feel like not a lot of bands can make an album in that style. It's tough. Now, the Odorants came out here with Love Songs Never Die. They kind of took Stella Sapiente and like later era Ramones and just made this awesome, awesome album. I think this came out on Mom's Basement Records, and you know, everything Mom's Basement put out is going to be solid, but this is like one of my favorite things they've ever put out. It's still very early in my listening cycle, but so far, like, I'm really into Transylvanian Shredder and Car Radio. Definitely recommend you guys go check this out if you're into Ramones core, Lillington style. It's one of the best I've heard in a while in this style, and it's going to be on a lot of lists at the end of the year. When I posted, I got a lot of people saying, yeah, this band's awesome. Band name is awesome. But yeah, the Odorants, Love Songs Never Die. I'm going to play Transylvanian Shredder up next. Let me know what you guys think.
There was another day, deep in the Hoya forest, he carved out a boat from wood. Wait for the storm in the backseat, only thing he could do. Shoot the curse like a maniac, it won't drop it on you. Straight up from Transylvania, he's dead inside, a child of the night, in the bed of moonlight. You better close your eyes. All alone, without a home, move without a pack, straight up from Transylvania.
All right, so there was so many albums that came out in January that I didn't even know the Young Hearts who had one of my favorite records of 2019. We're working on a new album until the FOD band account had posted this Nosphere. I'm going to pronounce it. I could be saying it wrong. I know they say it on the first track. But yeah, this is another really good like melodic skate punk album. I think the single I'll likely play is going to be Lottery, just because it's like the best example of the range that the band has. It's melodic rock, but it's got like a lot of 80s style like solos and riffs and pop punk choruses. Like this is a really complete album, and I haven't seen a lot of people posting it, so I wanted to shout it out here. Young Hearts, Nosphere, song is Lottery, but go check out the whole album. It's like it's jam packed with quality melodic punk rock with lots of other influences thrown in. Really good album. Check it out.
Watch your back, bring the fight to me. Bring it back, it's all the same to me. It's all the same to me.
All right. I said top 5. I think I'm at like 7. I've got 3 more, but I'm just going to cut it here. Maybe I'll do a part 2 later on, but I have to mention this one. This is Heads Up, The Way of the Cure. Someone had sent me the single for Killing Time, which is going to be the song I play. Back in November, I thought it was awesome. I had no idea this album was coming out until release day on New Music Friday. I'm getting my stuff ready for the post, and I saw this, and it's really good. The band describes themselves as being influenced by NoFX, No Use for a Name, and then throwing in modern influences like The Decline, and Much the Same. And that's like the best way to sum up the style. It's 1997, 1998 Fat Wreck style. I think a lot of people who are into this channel are really into that style. This is a smaller band who knocked it out of the park, so go check this album out. The Way of the Cure. And yeah, after this, I'm going to wrap up. So if I missed anything, I know I did, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So maybe a part 2, but if I missed something, make sure and leave it down below so we check it out. But I'm going to leave you with a clip of Heads Up. Yeah, so let me know how I did, guys. Let me know which album was your favorite of the month, or which album was your favorite that I mentioned. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.